LTGP to CAC ratio, a fundamental economic unit of the business. That's what we're going to talk about today, and basically how you can scale up your listing acquisition and your business by understanding this one metric. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Eetu. I'm the founder and CEO at Mescula, a real estate growth agency that's revolutionizing the way how realtors acquire listings by implementing the AI-enhanced value-first online listing acquisition system. On this channel, I'll show you how to build predictable and scalable listing acquisition systems so that you can close extra 12, 24, 36, or even more listings per year. And if you're already a subscriber, welcome back and thank you. That being said, let's dive in. Before we can calculate what this metric is in your business and how you can utilize it to your advantage, we first need to understand what this metric really is and what does it tell you. So LTGP, lifetime gross profit, basically how much money you make in profit from every customer that comes to your business. Before we can calculate what these are in your business and how you can use these to your advantage, we obviously need to understand what these metrics are. So LTGP to CAC ratio. First, LTGP, lifetime gross profit, basically how much money you make in profit from every customer that comes to your business. So total revenue over customer lifetime minus cost of fulfillment. And then that means how much you or I have money to acquire customer, fulfill them, and run the rest of the business. And this is also like one of the biggest mistakes that I see is people are only looking at LTV from revenue perspective and not from gross profit perspective, which is a huge mistake. Now, CAC, customer acquisition cost. How much does it cost to get them to buy begin with? Cost to acquire customer. This includes the marketing, the sales, if there's any commissions, let's say you have a team and there's commissions, etc., labor, all those direct costs when it comes to acquiring the customer. If you're just a solo agent who has yourself and then there's a brokerage split and then you have an agency running your ads plus an ad spend, all those different things you need to calculate into either LTGP or the CAC. So that being said, let's dive in. In order to calculate LTGP, we obviously first need to calculate our gross profit. So when we start to calculate gross profit, this is pretty much what it looks like. First off, what is the gross commission income that you're gonna make from one deal? Let's say that you make 10,000 in commissions when you close deal. That would be your revenue in that sense. Then you're gonna take the splits, okay? What's the split to your brokerage? Let's say you have 70-30 splits. That would mean you have 7,000 after splits. Then you take all your expenses to fulfill that transaction, fulfill that listing, and let's just say it costs you 2,000 for the fulfillment costs like marketing, all that stuff that relates to that actual listing in order to get that sold, okay? So whatever expenses you have in there, let's just say they equal to around 2,000. So that would mean 10,000 minus 3,000 minus 2,000 equals obviously 5,000. So that would be your gross profit on one listing that you sell when taking 10k commission and split 70-30 and expenses to fulfill 2,000. Now you need to think of like, okay, how many times does this one person transact with me? How many times do they transact with you? Let's say they buy a one property, so you do the sell and buy, and let's say they have another property that they sell. Let's say you work with people who have investment properties and they always sell that. So you obviously want to think through this from over their lifetime perspective, but if you are able to work with people who can sell more properties in 12-month timeline than just one, obviously the better for you. So let's say they buy one and you help them with that and they sell another property or the same one, whatever the case is with on average with your customers. That would mean one, the listing that you sold plus two, so the buy and sell. This would be second and third. Then you have 3 times that they transact with you, 3 times 5,000, because 5,000 was the gross profit. You get your LTGP to be $15,000. Okay, so your LTGP in this example is 15,000. So yes, that means your lifetime gross profit is 15,000. Super simple, nothing crazy there. Now let's figure out the customer acquisition cost. So as I said earlier, let's just say that you don't have anything else than the ad spend, and then you have an agency that's running these ads for you and you're paying them 15,000 a month. And let's say that it costs you 15,000 in ad spend to acquire that one one listing, and then you are getting around one listing per month, and you're paying that agency $1,500 a month in agency fees. Okay, so that equals your customer acquisition cost of $3,000 if we know that you only have those two expenses. So now your gross profit is $5,000, your lifetime gross profit is $15,000, and your customer acquisition cost is $3,000. Now if we look at the gross profit to CAC ratio, it's $5,000 to $3,000, which is 1.67 to 1. What this means is you were able to acquire, fulfill, and you have $2,000 left over. Basically, you were able to acquire and fulfill that one customer with this. This is obviously not the fanciest thing. You only have 1.67 return on that 3K, which is actually pretty good. Knowing everything, that means you can scale. But let's look at the lifetime gross profit to CAC ratio. It's 15,000 to 3,000, which is 5 to 1. Now this is crazy. If your lifetime gross profit to CAC ratio is 5 to 1, that means you can scale your acquisition, you can scale that acquisition channel, you can scale that shows if you just want to. Now obviously your lifetime gross profit may come to you in 24 months, so obviously you would need to have that long-term mind, that long-term thinking in place in order to being actually able to wait to get the whole 15,000 if you're thinking from that point of view. However, if you are able to work with them when it comes to getting referrals, all that stuff, you can get that plus more much more faster. But this overall means that you have a profitable acquisition channel and you can really scale it up. Now our goal, as I showed you, it's 5 to 1 on this example. Our goal is to get the LTGP to CAC ratio to be minimum 3 to 1. That would mean that your acquisition is profitable enough, and the sooner you can get to 3 to 1, the better. So that way your acquisition and fulfillment becomes free, and you are profiting enough to acquire a new one and a new one and a new one and a new one, and you have this so-called infinite money glitch in that sense. Obviously timelines into play, you have to remember that. That would mean you have client financed acquisition, and that is how you scale your listing acquisition, you scale your business with cash flow and build a big business. That's how you do it. And if you want to learn more how to make that happen, then click the link in the description and it will direct you to this page where there's a video where I go over how the value first online listing acquisition works and 2 reasons why it works so well. After you watch that, click schedule an interview to have a chat with my team to see if we can potentially help you out. Now, if that's something you're interested in, go check it out and I'll see you on the other side. If not, that's totally fine. Go and click subscribe, drop a comment, and we'll see you on the next video. And by the way, we do have over 400 agents that we have worked with and helped them. So if you want to be one of these 400 agents, go on the page, learn more, schedule an interview. That being said, see you on the next one.